3, 2, 1.
That was better.
There they are. Okay. So you see the difference in the way we shear the sheep. Like I said before, we've got to control the sheep with our footwork, but I've also got to work to this down tube, that tube that's hanging down. I've got to turn the sheep into it. Elko, on the other hand, he can shear the sheep anywhere. I could chuck him down there with you guys and away you go. Machine shearing like myself, we're getting paid a piece rate. We get paid per head. So we're getting between $4 and $5 per head. Our average shearers, they're getting about 30 sheep per run. So around about that 120 sheep per day shorn. Do the maths on that, they're making around about that $500. Our gun shearers, that's our more elite, more experienced shearers, they can be shearing anywhere from 200 to 300 sheep per day. So they can be yielding anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 a day. Nikki here now, she starts to work into this first area. This is one of the most important areas for our wool handlers to concentrate on, because she's got to remove what we call the locks, the medullated fibre off the legs of the animal. That's the hollow fibre. And then she's got to remove this, arguably the most important part that I've got here in my hand. One handful of this can ruin about 60 tonnes of wool down the wool pipeline, and you don't want this in your garments, you don't want this in your socks. This is the urine stain. This is all the dung and that sort of stuff from the animals. So we want to make sure we get that out, because imagine what you'd look like if you couldn't clean it up around this end. That's what that you'd have to take that home with you. No? Okay, so we get rid of that as well. That's worth about 50 cents a kilo. It'll still be washed up, cleaned up, and used for a filler product, as opposed to our beautiful white wool here that we're shearing on the back of the animal. How you going there, okay?
Yeah, pretty good, Dane. I'm just about to finish the first side shoulder and then move down onto the long blow. I reckon I've got you this time.
Oh mate, I better get a hustle along here. Just been having a bit of a yak, and we only just got up the neck here myself.
You're good at having a yarn.
So working around the back of the ear, you can see I'm just turning that sheep in. Both these animals, like I said, haven't been sedated, but they're quite comfortable. Whenever we've got them in position, we'll work through the process, and here we go now, Elko. Starting to wind you up, I reckon.
I don't know about that. I'm just about to the backbone on the long blow, so I'm pretty happy with myself.
I'm coming right back at you, mate. There's nothing in it between us here, so see you later, Elko. I'll head for home, and that'll be about it, I reckon. I've got another one of these races done and dusted. He's my to lose, I reckon.
Yeah, what's wrong, Dave?
You're still going, I just stopped.
Yeah, I'm still going.
He what? He pulled the plug out. Oh, geez, he's good at cheating. I told you. Thank you, young man. I'll tell you what I do. I would have stopped anyway. So I do like to show you how to hypnotise a sheep. Would you like to see me hypnotise a sheep? I can hypnotise a sheep real quick. I'll jump over there. I'll plug that back in, and we'll continue on with the show. Okay. So I just hypnotise a sheep here. We just grab this boot and we just put it underneath there like that. Okay. So you've all seen Crocodile Dundee, haven't you? Remember when he hypnotised that buffalo? I put a pillow there underneath like that for her, but so she doesn't hit the ground. I just let her down there like that.
Wow.
Then we give her a blanket. Okay, there we go. Hypnotise a sheep. Thank you very much.
Big round of applause, guys. Well, I'll be Nikki. I didn't know he could do that.
He can't hypnotise a sheep, Elko. Tell everyone what you really did.
Just pulled the wool over her eyes. What I was actually showing, if we're teaching out young men and women out in the industry, it's all about control with the feet, remember? So we just want to hold with that feet, the inside of the legs. We've got the legs of the animal, they're in that dabbing position like this, because remember I said about the predator and the prey. I want to make sure she's nice and comfortable. Whenever those legs are up off the ground, she's happy for us to work throughout the process.
Okay, Dane. I've just remembered.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah. Every show we've got a bit of a shortage out there. We need some more shearers, so we've got to train a couple of shearers up every show.
Right.
Yeah. So, how many shearers want to go out there? Hands up. Hands up. Who we got? Oh, more than 2. Okay. So we'll have to think of a competition.
Yep.
Yeah. Everyone think of a number between 1 and 10.
Yep.
And then if it matches the number that Dane and myself pick,
Yep.
you get to come and have a go. So hands up.
Who wants to have a go? Righto, yep. Girl in the black, yeah, what's your number? 7.
Yep.
That's it. Come on down.
Young man at the front row here, what's your number? That's it.
Come on up.
Come on up, mate. Come up that ramp.
So as they come on up, on the completion of this, we've got one last part of the demonstration. That'll be Nikki throwing the fleece. Come on over. She'll throw the fleece dead flat on that table over there. Come on over, put your right hand on there. Left hand pulls the cord. Yep, pull it. That's the way. Come right back. How about that? Pull the cord again for me. You took that wool off, that's yours, well done. How about that? Give her a hand, ladies and gentlemen. We'll let the sheep go back to its mates. This is the last part of the demo, so if she lands that fleece dead flat on the table, we can harvest this wool a bit quicker. We want to sort out the inferior lines of wool. Let's see how she goes landing it. Not a bad Okay, so now we want to work the underside of the fleece. So we want to remove our what we call the sweat pieces. We don't want to overskirt all the good wool. We want to make sure we're just taking off those sweat pieces off the edge of the animal. We want to take any of our stain that might be still there. We want to take any of our cotton wool. It's going to take a little bit more in the processing plant for them to prepare this wool into garments. We roll it up. That's worth about $20 a kilogram, but this stuff here, this is about $6 a kilogram, because when it gets into the scouring plants, it's going to cost them a little bit more to wash this out. So this, boys and girls, for example, think about this here comes from underneath the armpits. So when mum and dad say have a bath or a shower, this is what you'll look like if you don't have one. Okay, so that's why we make sure we get that one out there. At the end of the show, come on over, grab yourself a staple of wool. Our grower has kindly said that everyone can grab one. Feel the lanolin in the wool. Come up and feel the sheep there with Elko also. Hope you enjoyed the show, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of your Royal Easter show. Thank you. Yep, come over and grab a piece.